In few minutes, let me show you how to go about this stylish overlap top, a symmetric hemline, kimono sleeve, and everything in between. If you're interested, let's get to it. On my pattern paper, I already have a starting point line which will serve as the shoulder line too. Then the first thing you're going to do is to use your bust span to mark out a space. Let's say your bust span or your nipple to nipple is 8 inches. You're going to divide that into 2 and mark 4 inches. So here I marked 4 inches, yeah. And then from the shoulder line now, I'm going to go down to the bust point, then to the waistline, and then down to the hip line. Now you're going to add 2 inches to your actual waist to hip line. Do you understand? Let's say from your waist to your hip line is 8 inches, you're going to do 10 inches, and that's exactly what I have here. You can also do just 1 inch, but I recommend 2 inches. Once you're done with the lines, that's the hip line, the waistline, the bust point line, you're going to label them. I have the shoulder line, the bust point line, the waistline, and then the hip line, which will be the top length. Don't worry, we'll get to all of that. Now on the shoulder line, I'll mark the shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7.5. Then I'll go out to my sleeve length, which is 7 inches. Once I have the sleeve length, I'm going to measure from this point now to this point, and I have 14.5. Now I'm coming down to the bust point line. I'm going to minus 1 inch from what I have on the shoulder line. I have 14.5 on the shoulder line. Here I'm marking 13.5, which is minus 1 inch from what I have on the shoulder. You can do minus 1.5 or even 2 inches, but make sure you at least went in or minus 1 inch from what you have on the shoulder. And connecting it, you see that it's now slanty. Then I'm going to mark the bust measurement divided by 4 on the bust point line plus 1 inch is. Then on the waistline, the waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch is. Then on the hip line, that's the top length here, I'm going to mark the hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 or 1 inch is. And that depends on how flare you want your blouse to be, to give it that flare look you see on the blouse. But here I have 1 inch is on the bust, on the waist, and 1.5 on the hip line. Then connecting it, this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to curve this part, which you can freehand, but I'm going to use my curve and placing it like this exact way you see it. I'm going to curve it out this way. It shouldn't be too shallow or too deep. It should just be in between, just like this. Now for the neck width, I'm going to mark 3 inches here on the shoulder line. Then I'll be going down to 7.5 as my neck depth. I'll mark it like this, then use my straight ruler to connect from the neck depth of 7.5 to the neck width of 3 inches. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to come down here on the waistline. Then I'm going to go out from the center front line, yeah, to my exact nipple to nipple. That's my bust span, yeah. Remember I said I used 4 inches to mark out the space we are seeing here, yeah. I'm going to just mark my 3.75, which is my actual nipple to nipple, and then connect it to the neck depth this way. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to come down here to 3 inches because I already added 2 inches to my hip line. That's like a total 5 inches as the pointed or pointiness. Then here I'm going to go up to 2.5. You can also do 3 inches. Go up 3 inches or 2.5 here, and then you're going to connect from that 3 inches you have on the side seam to the 3 inches you have here on the center front, and this is what it's looking like. Next, I'm going to use this straight part of the ruler to connect from this center front here to the extension, to the wrap extension we have on the waistline, and this is what it's looking like. The next thing we are going to do now is to slope the shoulder, and you can do between 1 inch to 2 inches sleeve opening depending on how wide you want your sleeve opening to be. But for my kind of body, I would be doing 2 inches here as the shoulder slope, and I'm going to connect it to the center front just like this, just to help tighten any part that we are supposed to tighten. You understand? And this is what it's looking like. Now the next thing we are going to do is to tighten the neckline so that it doesn't gape. But before that, I'm going to show you how to use this one pattern to cut for your back too without wasting another paper, because all of us are managing now, yeah. So what you're going to do is to first mark your neck depth, which I'll be using 2 inches here as the neck depth for the back, and then you're going to give it a round neckline shape like this, or neckline curve. Once you're done with that, the next thing you're going to do is to simply go ahead and fold this wrap extension, this same 4 inches I have here, but first I'll be cutting it out the same way you can see me do it. I'm going to cut the length, the side seam, because all of that are going to be the same. Then after cutting the neckline for the back this way, I'm going to fold this part you're seeing here. You see this extension, this 4 inches extension I have here on the paper. I'm following that line. I'm going to fold it and fold it nicely. Make sure you're folding on that line so that it's going to be straight, since that line is also straight. Once you're done, you're going to fold it here on the length, following the side seam, or better still, you measure what you have from the waist to the side seam, yeah, the length, and then you also make sure you have the same thing on the center. You can decide to add 1 inch to the center back, yeah, just to extend the length. Then you're going to just place it like this on your fabric and cut it out, adding your allowance everywhere necessary. The side you're going to add 1 inch, all around the other part ½ inch. Then you're going to cut the back on fold. Please, there's no zipper on the back, so you're cutting that on fold. Now that that is out of the way, you're going to tighten where your neckline is likely to gape, because this is more like you starting from your shoulder all the way to your waistline as your neck depth. So I'm going to do mine around this bust point line, and once I have a line like this going to the side, I'm going to come in here to 1.5. You can do 1 inch to 1.5. I think 2 inches is the max, except you're really tiny. That's when you use 2 inches, but 1 inch, 1.25, 1.5 works. Then you're going to through the lines if you want to. I'll be showing you two methods. Either you do it this way, measure one of the lines, then you make sure that the other one is the same length as the one you measured. You mark where it is and then you connect it to the extension. Or better still, just go ahead and slash one of the lines like you see me do it here. Apply your water glue if that is what you're using, or better still, once you're done slashing, just place it on the second line, matching it up on the side seam, and then you tape it down with your masking tape. But since I'm using my water glue, I'm going to just apply it, place it on the other line, matching it up on the side seam, and then use my hand to smoothen it out just this exact way you see me do it. Then I'm going to just place my straight ruler like this from the neck width to the extension I have on the waistline, and mark it out, and also make this other extension here more pronounced, just like this. And that's pretty much about it for this front pattern. We are done tightening. This is going to sit nicely on your body with no form of gaping. Then I'm going to cut the rest of the pattern out, which is basically cutting out the wrap part, and that's it. So yeah, I'm going to duplicate this pattern. Remember I said we are all managing, so I'm going to just make it in a way that this paper will be enough for me. And after doing that, this is what it's looking like. Now I have two of this same pattern, and you need it like that so that you do the symmetric part. Now you're going to label that left and right, and then I will be shortening the right pattern. So here I'll be going up to 2 inches. You can do 2.5 to 3 inches depending on how pointy you want the other part to look from the other one, yeah. But here I did 2 inches. Okay, I did 2.5 since I'll still be adding my allowance on the fabric. Otherwise you're going to do just 2 inches so that you use the other half to sew. But yeah, after doing that, you're going to wrap it nicely like this. The left one, that's the pointy part, to be on top of this right one, this one that we just shortened. And once you place it nicely, making sure that your bust span is exactly as it's supposed to be, you're going to have something like this. Exactly what we ordered, yeah. Then don't forget to cut out your belt as long as you want it, and it's going to go here on the waistline on the side seam. You're going to add that before closing your side seam. And if you don't know how long to make your belt, just use your exact waist, round waist. You can add 10 inches to it if you want it extra long. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this particular tutorial. Go ahead and add your allowance where necessary, and I will be seeing you on my next one.